The National Child Protection Week is underway, and the Film and Publication Board is calling on everyone to pledge to protect children online. The internet is continuously used by predators to target children. According to the Film and Publication Board, online harassment is just the tip of the cyber iceberg. Let's find out more now from Interim CEO Mashilo Buluka. Thank you very much, Ntate Buluka, for your time here on eNCA. Now, firstly, how bad is, the fact that there are people who still get a hold of children on the internet? Is it getting worse in South Africa?
It's getting worse. Thank you very much, Marcelo, and all your viewers from wherever they are watching. The problem is getting worse. Not only in South Africa, but throughout the world. I think the COVID-19 lockdowns has really compounded the problem because the screen time has increased as more of online or training or education started going online, and more kids or children started watching or having access to the gadgets that we are talking about. So it has become worse, not only in South Africa, but throughout the world. Therefore, it's a global problem, and which not only one country can deal with. It will require partnerships both locally and internationally as well.
But, are we doing enough in terms of the intelligence, especially in our country, to, for instance, find the people before they find the children, or at least, prosecute the people who do this? Because, there has to be something that government does to deter people from doing that.
We are trying whatever we do. And remember, the biggest challenge, this is a fluid environment, the online one, in the sense that today you may be thinking that this is the one that you are checking. And as the FPB, for instance, got a lot of monitors that are scattered throughout the country to look at or to monitor the sites and even go to extent of raiding places that are doing that. But everything has gone online. Therefore, it's more fluid than you would expect in a normal environment. So government is trying. We partner with the police, we partner with the international partner to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. The only thing is it's never easy to catch some of them because they are not located within specific jurisdictions like South Africa. We find that some of them are international, therefore to start the process of engaging with those operators elsewhere to say, take this down. It will take quite a lot of time, especially those that don't have international treaties with.
What are some of the things that you can advise parents in terms of what they need to do to protect their children from this? I mean, these days, in my day, you couldn't have a cell phone, while in primary school. And even if your parents gave you a cell phone, there was no internet on the cell phone. It was just calls and SMSs. But now children have access to all these gadgets. So what's the advice you can give to parents in terms of protecting their children?
No, I think the children's access to cell phones is inevitable. Like you said, most of the time, you look at a lot of learning is happening via the cell phone, or whether the tablets or cell phones or even laptops. And that's why I think it's inevitable. So what we normally encourage parents to do is always check the kind of website the children are looking at. And also on our part as the FPB, we partner with international partners, especially the operators, on educating the members of the public, the children as well. Since the beginning of this week, the launch of this program, we have been visiting communities and schools to raise awareness about this, so that children understand the dangers of the online environment. That it's not as nice as they think they can be. Therefore, they need to be vigilant. They need to, even on the part of the parents, we need to educate them more. Because if you look at the environment, particularly in the rural area, it's such a difficult one, in the sense that some of us, we are born before the technology. Therefore, these children are far advanced when coming to these platforms. But it's more about educating them. That's what we are doing as the FPB. To even educate the caregivers, to educate the teachers, to educate the parents on what are the dangers of online environment and what are the mechanisms that can put in place to ensure that your children don't get exposed to this content that is quite harmful or exploitative to their well-being.
Just lastly, Mr. Boloka, I mean, sometimes children, besides cyberbullying, etc., sometimes, actually most of the time, you find that the abuse on children is at the hands of people that they know, right? We've covered so many stories here on eNCA, for instance, where a child is abused by, the helper or their nanny, and, a child's arm is broken or is raped by an uncle or a neighbor, etc. So sometimes the problem is right there around you. So what do you do as a parent in that instance if you're not the problem, of course?
Yeah, you see, that's why the problem around child protection requires not only us, because we deal with the online environment or the technology environment. Then we partner with the social development, who deal with the fiscal aspect of social development, kind of social, constitutional development and justice, who deal with the legal protection around it. But we normally say as well that if you have got a suspicion that your child is experiencing kind of abuse, go to the legal authorities, go to a lot of NGOs like the Childline South Africa who can really help, or even the police who can ensure that steps can be taken against the perpetrators. You are right in saying that most of the time, especially on the fiscal environment, children get exploited by the people that they know, the people that they normally trust because they understand them to be a family member who can protect them. But online is where the challenge is, because most of the people there, or a lot of perpetrators there, are known. They may be in thousands of kilometers away from them, and that's where the difficulty is. So we need to balance these two worlds together, the physical as well as the visual one, so that the children can get the 360-degree protection, irrespective of where the dangers are coming from.
Well, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. These days, you're not even safe in your home. Well, you're not even safe sometimes in church. Anyway, that was Film and Publication Board Interim CEO Mashilo Boloka.